Hi.
Doctor.
What is your full name, sir?
اسمك إيه الكامل لو سمحت؟
اسمي جون شول ويد جودين.
John Shoal Goodin.
The court found another file with charges involving domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct.
المحكمة وجدت تهم زيادة عليك يا جون ليها علاقة بعنف أسري واعتداء برضو أسري.
These charges are from July 24th of 2025.
ودي تهم من شهر 7 يوم 24 في الشهر.
It looks like you saw a judge July 25th.
أنت قابلت قاضي في شهر 7 يوم 25 في الشهر.
And I'm going to release you on these charges from today's date.
أنا هطلق سراحك بالنسبة للتهم دي هطلق سراحك.
You're still going to be held on a bond on the other cases.
لكن عليك إن أنت تدفع كفالة بالنسبة للتهم الأخرى.
And your next court date is still August 1st at 1:45 p.m.
145 مثولك التاريخ الجلسة القادمة في 8 في أغسطس شهر 8 يوم 4 الساعة 1:45.
4 ولا 14
Is it 4 or 14th, Your Honor? He's confirming.
The next court date August 1st at 1:45 p.m.
First, Your Honor, first day of August?
Yes.
لا ده شهر 8 يوم 1 في الشهر 1/8.
The city public defender's office is appointed to represent you.
في محاميين هيدافعوا عنك.
And your attorney will be in touch with you.
والمحامي هيبقى على اتصال بيك وتأكد من ميعاد الجلسة القادمة برضو.
Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
كده دي رقم برضه كده همشي يعني ولا كيف؟
So, Your Honor, I'm not so sure. Does this mean that I leave jail today?
No, you'll see a judge on August 1st at 1:45 p.m.
لا هتشوف الأول القاضي في شهر 8 في أول الشهر.
يعني بكون قاعد لا ولا شهر.
So I'm going to stay here until the beginning of August.
Yep, on Friday you'll have a hearing.
في يوم الجمعة هيبقى في جلسة.
You're excused. Thank you.
Okay.
Or is that Thursday? August 1st? What day is that? Thursday?
Thursday. Will the attorney let him know, Your Honor, or should we tell him again?
All right, you're excused, interpreter. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is a Spanish interpreter. It doesn't look like there's any Spanish. Just wondering if that is the case, if interpreter can also be excused.
I'll ask the jail. Jail, are there any Spanish-speaking defendants?
No, Your Honor.
All right, interpreter, please be available by phone so that we can reach you in case.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you.
What is your full name, please?
Almanzo.
Sorry, what is your first name?
Joseph.
Almanzo, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
A misdemeanor assault charge. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. I will release you on this case only. You do have a bond hold on you. No contact with the victim involved in this case. Don't have any contact with that person. Your next court date is going to be in Justice Court, August 7th at 8:30 a.m. And I'll let Justice Court know that you're in custody on another matter. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What is your full name, please?
The Jada Malachi Thompson.
Looks like the jail found a warrant for your arrest for a disorderly conduct charge that's pending in justice court. The alleged incident date was from April 3rd, 2025. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. I see you're being held on another matter. I'll set your next hearing date in justice court, August 7th at 8:30 a.m. And I'll let justice court know that you're currently in custody on another matter. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Name, please.
Dylan Watts?
Is your middle name Jane?
Dylan James Watts, yeah.
All right, looks like the jail found a warrant for your arrest at a justice court for a shoplifting charge that's been pending since July 4th of 2025. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. You do have that bond hold on you on another matter. For this shoplifting case, your next court date in justice court is going to be August 7th at 8:30 a.m. And I'll let justice court know that you're currently in custody on another matter. You are excused, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
What is your full name, sir?
Calvin Smith.
All right. Is your middle name Douglas?
Yeah.
All right. Looks like you're charged with aggravated assault on a corrections officer from July 20th, 2025. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. I need to let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. You do have an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Hotchkiss, your bond recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, recommending a $7,500 bond and would note Mr. Smith's history of violent or assaultive behavior. Thank you.
Defense counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is Teresa Palacios with the Pima County Public Defender's Office. He is already being held on two $5,000 bonds, one $1,000 bond, and a $500 bond. So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get out of custody anytime soon. And for those reasons, we're asking for a nominal bond in this case so he can get time credit if the state decides to indict on these matters. Thank you.
Smith, your bond is set at $7,500. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set August 7th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. You're excused.
Okay, John next to the sequence. Okay.
Coming in. Then Johnson.
Hey, you guys couldn't say it.
Gonzalez. Yeah. Gonzalez.
He's coming too.
What
Or
is
under this.
please?
But it's just your full name. Oh, Christina Marie Brown.
Had a warrant for your arrest for a DUI charge out of justice court. The alleged incident date was from December 1st of 2023. Ma'am, I'm going to quash the warrant. I'm going to give you a chance to appear on your own in justice court. You must appear July 31st at 10 a.m. If you don't appear, another warrant's going to issue, but the only way you're going to get this case resolved is if you appear in court, and I'm giving you a chance to do that. Don't drive without a valid license and don't drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs while on release status. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
William John Goatee.
All right. Looks like you are charged with new charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and disorderly conduct. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. Hold on a second. All right, Mr. Goatee, looks like I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a chance to appear on your own in justice. Actually, you what? Looks like you have a felony. Okay. Because of that felony hold, I'll release you. August 7th at 8:30 a.m. is your next court date in justice court. I'll let justice court know that you are currently in custody. Thank you. You're excused.
They're not releasing me.
What is your full name, please?
Leon Lisa Gonzalez.
Looks like you're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, domestic violence criminal damage. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in justice court, August 7th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you.
Counselor.
What is your full name, please?
Of Cody Johnson.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, domestic violence criminal damage. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. Let's see. All right. I'm going to give you a chance to not have any contact with Destiny. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
That means you can't live where she lives. You can't go to her where she lives. Stay away from her. I'm going to give you a chance to be released. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. You will need to appear in Marana City Court, August 27th, 2025 at 10 a.m. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Make sure you're not having any contact with her. You are
Can I
excused.
ask you a question?
Yes.
Would it be okay to have somebody else go to my house to pick up my things?
Yes, you may return with a police escort to pick up your belongings. So you'll have to call the police, show them this minute entry that I just filled out, and you can go back and collect your personal belongings.
Okay, and then how long does this last? So
Um, you can only go one time. So when you call them, let them know you have a court order allowing you to pick up your belongings. They'll meet you, and they'll let you know how much time you have to collect your items.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Brandon Dallas should be.
Mr. Shipley, you had two warrants for your arrest. One was a shoplifting case from February 23rd, 2024. You also had a theft case from September 16th, 2024. Both cases, I'm going to quash the warrant. Mr. Shipley, looks like you're being held on a felony. Because of that, I will release you on both cases. Your next court date in both cases is August 7th at 8:30 a.m. You are excused. Thank you.
Valera,
What is your full name, please?
Luis Ernesto Veleta.
Mr. Valletta, you had two cases in warrant status out of justice court. One was a shoplifting case on June 17th, 2024. The other case was unlawful possession of prescription drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal trespass in a third degree from March 8th of 2025. I am going to quash those warrants. For both of those cases out of justice court, I'm going to release you. Your next court dates are August 7th at 8:30 a.m. for both cases. And hold on a second, sorry. You also had warrants for your arrest out of city court on 5 separate cases. Let's see. The cases involve a drug paraphernalia case on one case. One case involved 2 counts of criminal trespass, shoplifting, interfering with judicial proceeding. Another count of interfering with judicial proceeding. A third case involving shoplifting, drug paraphernalia. A fourth case involving drug paraphernalia. A fifth case involving drug paraphernalia. I am going to quash those warrants, set your bond at $500. Some of these cases go back to, actually, they're all in 2025, beginning in January and up to June 24th of 2025. So every month, pretty much, you've picked up new charges. I'm going to set your bond at $500. A city public defender's office is appointed to represent you. And I am going to set your next hearing date in city court, August 5th at 1:45 p.m. If you're in custody, if you post a bond, it'll be September 2nd at 2:00 p.m. An attorney will be in touch with you soon. You are excused.
So I'll be here until September 2nd. Is that what you're saying?
If your next hearing date, a video hearing, your attorney will be in touch with you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bates,
What is your full name, please?
Orion Bates.
Ms. Bates, you are charged with a criminal trespass and a third degree charge. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. I will release you. Your next court date is going to be in Tucson City Court, August 27th at 9:30 a.m. You must appear in court. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. I need to let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent. You can represent yourself or hire counsel. If you are facing any possibility of jail time, then you would be screened for counsel. But in this case, at this time, you're not facing any jail time at this moment, so I'm not going to appoint counsel, but you may hire counsel if you like. You must make all future court dates. If you don't make your next court date, 2 things could happen. 1, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and a new charge of failing to appear could be added to your case. So make sure you make all future court dates. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Snyder,
Hello.
Good evening. Hold on a second, sir. Let me see. What is your full name, please?
Christopher Patrick Schneider.
All right, Mr. Schneider, it looks like you picked up a new charge of domestic violence, failure to comply with a court order from today's date. You also have a drug paraphernalia from today's date. You have a pending case that's in warrant status, criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia, and that's from September 9th of 2024. A drug paraphernalia from August 13th, 2024. A warrant had gone out for your arrest. And then you had a case that you were on probation for, a failure to comply with some court requirements. All right, sir. I'm going to set your bond. It's going to be at $500 secured. I will set your next court date for August 6th at 1:30 p.m. And I'll appoint an attorney to represent you so your attorney can help you with your cases. And your attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you. Your excuse. What is your full name, please?
Deacon Salyers.
All right. You are charged with a domestic violence assault charge, domestic violence disorderly conduct charge. These are new charges from today's date. Hold on a second. And then you also had a case that you just took a plea on in city court on May 13, 2025 for a domestic violence case. All right, let me see what's going on. So, Ms. Salyers, I'm willing to let you be released, but you're not going to be able to have any contact with Devin. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You cannot go to where that person lives.
What if he's at my apartment?
Doesn't matter. You can't go there if he's staying there. If he leaves your apartment, then you can be there. But for now, that's going to be the ruling. I am willing to let you be released because I could hold you, so make sure you comply with the requirement. And I am going to set your next hearing date. Hold on a second. It's going to be August 27, 2025 at 10 a.m. in City Court. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I will see you on that date in City Court. Thank you.
And then just to clarify, you're releasing me today, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
What is your full name, please?
My name is Caleb Matthew Tejas.
All right, let me see what's going on here. You are charged with a DUI charge, failure to comply with a court order, and obstructing a public thoroughfare. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. Hold on a second. All right, Mr. Tellez, I am going to, I'm going to give you a chance to be released. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. The fees for your attorney fees will be determined at a later date. I will set your next hearing date on, it's a Zoom hearing. It's going to be August 26, 2025 at 2:00 p.m. The City Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. I need to let you know that you do have a constitutional right to be represented by an attorney because you are facing possible jail time for the DUI charge, and you do have a right to remain silent. You must appear for all future court dates. If you do not, two things could happen. One, a warrant could issue for your arrest. And 2, a new charge of failing to appear could be added to your case. You can at some point set your case for trial, and let's say you don't appear for your trial, you do have a constitutional right to not to appear for a trial. And if you're found guilty, though, at trial of any of the criminal charges, the court could issue a warrant for your arrest. And if 90 days passes and you've not appeared on that warrant, you will forever waive your appeal rights in this case. So make sure you're staying in touch with your attorney and make sure you are appearing for all court dates. While you're on release status, you are not allowed to drive without a valid license. You cannot consume or possess any alcohol or any illegal drugs. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you are excused. Make sure you contact the City Public Defender's Office tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Riley? Haley?
What is your name, please?
Nicholas Martin Tilly.
All right, Mr. Tilley, you are charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. Give me a moment here, please. All right, I'm going to allow you to be released. Hold on a second. I'm going to allow you to be released. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Hold on a second. Do you have another place to live besides with Isabella?
Yeah, my parents.
All right, just don't go to where she's living right now. You can have contact by phone, but just don't go to where she's living. Do you understand?
Your Honor, the question.
Yes, regarding your release conditions, not about the facts of the case. Yes.
Able to get the officer to come collect my stuff with me.
Yes.
Bring back to me.
Yeah, I'll allow you to go back to the residence one time with a police escort to get your belongings. Your next court date is going to be September 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Make sure you appear in city court. If you don't, a warrant could issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, thanks. And you'll have to show the police officer my order here, allowing you to return to the residence with a police escort. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
What is your full name, please?
Desiree, Carrillo.
What's your first name?
Desiree.
You are charged with organized retail theft. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutors regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Hotchkiss.
Yes, Your Honor, we're requesting an $1,100 bond just based on Ms. Carrillo's failure to appear history. Thank you.
Defense counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, if I can have 1 moment, please.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to highlight that this was a non-violent offense and that Ms. Carrillo only has 1 prior from 2017. She is a lifelong resident of Tucson, and she just told me she can go home to her sister's house if she is released, and sister can provide transportation to future court hearings. So for those reasons, we're asking for release to pretrial services, and if the court isn't inclined to do that, then maybe a $500 bond. Thank you.
Ms. Carrillo, your bond set $1,000 secured. Don't go back to the store location. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set August 7th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. You also had some city court cases in warrant status. 2 cases for shoplifting, 1 case involving criminal trespass in a 2nd degree, and then you picked up a new charge for drug paraphernalia from today's date. I'm going to quash those warrants, enter pleas of not guilty, set your next court date in Tucson City Court, September 26th at 9 a.m. I'm going to appoint a city public defender to help you with those city court cases. But okay. I am releasing you on the city court cases. You are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Guillermo Michael Anthony Richfield.
Okay, defense counsel, you want to continue 1 time?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue his hearings till tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, hold on a second.
Sorry, busy go.
What is your name, sir, at the jail?
Arun Iftikhar.
You are charged with 2nd degree burglary, domestic violence, disorderly conduct. It's a misdemeanor. Domestic violence assault. It's a misdemeanor also. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutors regarding his bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your private counsel, Mr. Hotchkiss.
Yes, Your Honor, we're requesting a $5,500 bond based on the allegations as presented in the interim complaint. Thank you.
Mr. Katsarelis.
Thank you, Judge. The first thing I want to address with the court, and I would like Mr. Hotchkiss's opinion on this, is I'm looking at the interim complaint, and I don't see probable cause for a second-degree burglary. I have his pretrial services workup that lists a burglary in the second degree as a class 4. I was under the impression that was a class 3, but regardless, Judge, I'm trying to figure out what's the theft or the felony that is alleged for a second-degree burglary. And Mark, I'm inviting you, if the court allows you, to look at the interim complaint and tell me if we have probable cause. I don't think that we do, Judge.
Mr. Hotchkiss? I know he entered the home.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, so he entered the home. So I see Mr. Katzarelis' point to an extent. However, it could be that the assault was the predicate, because if there is an aggravated assault that occurred inside the house, that could be the predicate. It is kind of thin, though, to be honest. And there is a different type of aggravated assault for that. There's a class 6 aggravated assault enter a residence. So beyond that, I submit, Your Honor, as to the PC argument.
So Judge, I'm asking that you don't find PC for the 4.
Hold on a second.
Or the burglar. Yes, Judge. I would, and Judge, if I may, while you're reading this.
So the 13-1507A states a person commits burglary in the second degree by entering or remaining unlawfully in or on a residential structure. Okay, he did that with the intent to commit any theft or any felony therein. And so your argument, Mr. Katzarelis, was there's no felony inside because they charge him with misdemeanors, right?
Correct, Judge.
Okay.
And he had no intent of committing any felony. And it's not about them charging him, is what was the intent. And the intent was not to commit a felony, right? He enters the home. The interim complaint says he didn't have permission to enter the home, but there is no intent, I'm going to enter the home and I'm going to commit a felony.
Okay.
Like, you have to have the additional factor or element that he actually committed a felony to infer that he had the intent before time.
Just taking a closer look at it, it looks like the theft therein would be the cell phone. But again, it's open to interpretation for certain. And the intent doesn't have to be formed upon entry. That is something that I would disagree on. It can be formed within the home. And intent can be inferred by all the facts and circumstances. So the state's main concern, Your Honor, is that if Mr. Iftikhar, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, is released, that he have absolutely no contact with the victim whatsoever. So long as he understands that he stays away and does not contact in any way, shape, or form, he is otherwise a good candidate for release. Thank you.
You guys hold on. You guys mentioned theft. I'm not seeing theft in a charge, and pretrial services doesn't also list the theft.
It doesn't need to be. So there, not to get too wonky on this, but there doesn't need to be a theft. So the second degree burglary does not need an additional theft charge to go with it.
And so you guys mentioned a theft charge, but I didn't see any theft charge in this case, right? It's just the 2 counts of the misdemeanor domestic violence charges.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right. No, I agree with what I'm saying is that the theft that would serve as the theft or felony therein is the taking of the cell phone from Miss Griffin while inside the home.
But it's not.
I think
okay.
It doesn't need to be charged. It's charged as the burglary.
All right.
Judge, if I may, last word.
Yes.
The phone is returned to the owner during the altercation, right? So, right. So, to me, it's like theft for them to be, and the reason why they didn't charge it is because he didn't steal the phone. He returned the phone a few minutes later.
I understand. So, Mr. Hotchkiss, if I don't find reasonable cause for the burglary in the second degree, which I am going to find no reasonable cause, he's left with the 2 misdemeanors. What do we do with this case?
I think it needs to be dismissed because the misdemeanors would not flow with the interim complaint. They should have been. I'm assuming that that would still be something that he would be beholden to in justice court or city. Let's see what agency. Yeah, justice court. And then the case could be submitted to our office by the sheriff's department for a potential non-arrest issuing on a potential burglary or other felony charge. But for tonight's sake, I think it needs to be dismissed.
All right, state's moving to dismiss.
Well, I mean, if you're finding OPC, then, you know, you make a decision for me. Correct. I mean, if I believe that that's what needs to happen, because that's the only felony charge that would, you know, support the case being set for a preliminary hearing.
Okay. All right, so move to dismiss without prejudice. I'm going to grant that order and dismiss the case without prejudice at this time. Mr. Iftikhar, you should not have contact with the victim. Just stay away from her. Talk to your attorney. You know, there's no order because your case is being dismissed, but I'm just advising, well, not advising, I'm just letting you know you shouldn't have contact with her. And your attorney can talk to you about that. So for now, you'll be released. There's a real possibility these cases, these charges could be refiled. Certainly the misdemeanors could be refiled in justice court. And you'll go to misdemeanor court at least. But for now, we're dismissing the charges and your attorney can talk to you about the situation, okay?
And Judge, the last thing that I wanted to make sure we have under control here is he has stuff in that residence. He's not where he's residing. He has stuff in that residence. Given the fact that the case is dismissed, I am thinking it would be a good idea, because we do not want any contact with the victim, to allow him to call the police and use a police escort. I know this is going to get complicated because there is no case. I guess not for nothing, my office could get involved and try to escort him and try to maintain the peace. That basically gets the stuff.
You go with him to the house and get his stuff.
Thank you, Judge. I know, I've done it before. You know how it works.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge. We really appreciate it. Thank you. May I be excused?
Mr. Iftikhar, please do not pick up any new charges. Your excuse. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
What is your full name, please?
Sierra Duna.
You are charged with aggravated shoplifting, okay, so aggravated shoplifting, and then aggravated shoplifting, having 4 shoplifting arrests or convictions in the last 5 years, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. I need to let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. The state's okay with your release to the supervision of pretrial services. I will barely follow that recommendation. You cannot be picking up any new charges. Do not go back to any of these store locations. You must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. So you're not allowed to go back to any of these stores. Do not take any illegal drugs. Do not drink any alcohol. Do not be in possession of any illegal drugs. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. August 7th at 1:30 is your preliminary hearing. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Charles Dale Levers.
You have been arrested and accused of the crime of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that only requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you being ever formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment they recommend. While on release status, you alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. And your first hearing is called a STEPS hearing. It is set on August 4th at 9 a.m. That's next week. You must be present for this hearing date. If you're not present, you will no longer be eligible for this diversion program and a warrant could issue for your arrest. Defense counsel, do you waive your time limits for the preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
When's the 45 days, court? All right, preliminary hearings, 9/11/2025 at 1:30 p.m. And Mr. Levers, make sure you stay in touch with your attorney. You also, Mr. Levers, had a case out of city court. It's for new charges of a DUI, failing to yield on a freeway, and a civil citation for a headlamp violation. I'm going to release you, sir. You cannot drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Do not drive without a valid license. I'm going to give you a chance to be released. August 26, 2025 at 2:00 p.m. is your next hearing date in city court. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and a new charge of failing to appear in court could be added to your case. So just make sure. Oh, and I'm also going to appoint you in a city public defender, and your fees to be determined at a later date. So make sure you call the city public defender's office also, sir. You
All
are
right.
excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please? Jail, if you could unmute. Say your full name, sir.
Christopher Michael Marks.
You're charged with 2 separate aggravated shoplifting charges, 1 count of organized retail theft. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you, representing you for this evening's hearings. Mr. Hotchkiss, your bond recommendation? Looks like he has.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. $2,000 based on the DOC hold. Thank you.
Defense counsel?
Will submit, Your Honor.
Mr. Marks, your bond set at $2,000. No contact with the businesses involved in this case. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. August 7th, 1:30 is your preliminary hearing. Your attorney will be in touch with you. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Marco Milan, miss.
Is it Milan?
Milan, yeah.
All right. Looks like you were arrested for charges involving unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. The state has made a decision at this time to dismiss your case without prejudice. I am going to dismiss your case, release you on this case, but you still have a Department of Corrections hold on you. So Department of Corrections will probably pick you up. Thank you. You're excused.
Right on, miss. Thank you.
What is your full name, please?
Richard Eli Norris III.
You are charged with endangerment and criminal damage. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you, representing you for this evening's hearings. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor, Mr. Hotchkiss.
Just a second. Sorry about that, Your Honor. We're requesting a $5,000 bond based on the allegations involving a DUI crash with substantial damage. Thank you.
Defense counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Norris is a lifelong Tucson resident. He has housing. He is also employed full-time as a dishwasher. Both of these were verified by his girlfriend. His girlfriend also agreed to take third-party custody and provide transportation to future court hearings. He only has 1 from 2019 with no failure to appear status. And this was a non-violent offense. So for those reasons, we're asking that he be given a chance on pretrial services.
Mr. Norris, your bond set at $5,000 due to the alleged nature of the facts of this case. No contact with the victim. Don't go to where that person lives or works. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. If you were to postpone, you cannot drive without a valid license. You cannot drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Preliminary hearing is set to August 7th at 1:30 p.m. You are excused. Thank you.
So
What is your full name, sir?
Nicholas Lee Peralta.
You're charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of narcotic drug for sale, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug for sale, being a prohibited possessor, possession of a firearm during a drug offense, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation. Mr. Hotchkiss?
Yes, Your Honor, we're requesting a $7,500 bond and would submit on the information in the interim complaint. Thank you.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, just highlighting the fact that this is a non-violent offense, and while I recognize he has a significant amount of priors, he has no failure to appear history. Again, he is a lifelong Tucson resident. It sounds like he has housing with mom and potential employment, both of which mom verified. Again, mom can provide third-party custody and transportation to future court hearings. I think giving him a chance on pretrial services is going to assure his appearance, and I don't believe there's any victims in this case, so no worry about any future harm to victims. If the court's not inclined to do pretrial services, then something lower than 77,500, maybe 2,000. Thank you.
Mr. Peralta, your bond is $7,500 due to your alleged prior felony conviction and the amount of drugs involved in this case. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. You're not allowed to possess any firearms or weapons. Preliminary hearing is set August 7th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, sir?
Zachary Edmund Rapace.
You are charged with new charges of Class 4 felony shoplifting charge, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation and then your attorney. Mr. Hotchkiss?
Yes, Your Honor, we are requesting a $5,500 bond and would note the fact that Mr. Rakash is being seen on 5 FDA warrants tonight. Thank you.
Ms. Defense Counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to highlight the fact that this is a non-violent offense, that Mr. Rapash is a lifelong Tucson resident. It looks like he is homeless right now and unemployed. He does have grandma support, as she can provide a mailing address and transportation to future court hearings. I recognize the failure to appear history and agree that a bond is appropriate in this case. I think the least onerous condition is probably something less than the $5,500 due to his homelessness and unemployed status. So maybe $2,000, Your Honor.
Repash, your bond set at $2,500. No contact with the business locations. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Preliminary hearing set August 7th at 1:30. You also have warrants for your arrest at a justice court for 2 counts of shoplifting, a drug paraphernalia case. For your 3 cases in justice court, I'm going to quash all the warrants. I will release you because you're being held on a felony in Superior Court. I will let the justice courts know that you're being held on the felony. Hold on a second. And then you also had cases in city court. Hold on. Your cases in city court involve charges of let's see, warrant for shoplifting, a warrant for unlawful possession of prescription drug and drug paraphernalia, and new charges of criminal trespass in the third degree and resisting arrest. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty, and I will release you on these charges because you're being held on a felony. For your cases, your next hearing dates are September 26, 2025 at 9 a.m. Thank you. You're excused. I have a question. Why are these cases not on the same complaint, same minute entry? Why are they separate? Can you just add that one case? Can you just add that case? Yeah. Oops. What is your full name, please? Unmute, please, at the jail.
Say your name again.
Jose Isaac Sierras.
Mr. Sierras, you were arrested for unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. The state has made a decision at this time to dismiss your case. I'm going to dismiss your case without prejudice and release you. There's a possibility that the state could refile this case at some later point. If they do, then you must appear for a summons on this case to reappear. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good day. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Mr. Sierras, I'm sorry. You also had you just gave me a file for a misdemeanor charge of criminal trespass in a third degree and resisting arrest. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. I'll release you on this case out of city court. Your next court date is going to be in city court, August 27th at 1:30 p.m. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to appear in city court on that misdemeanor matter. Thank you, everyone. Everyone's excused.
Thank you.
Yep. Good evening.